Hi, welcome to Pinkboard. Today we are going to see the summary of The Tiger King, which is written by Kalki. So, here in this lesson, we have the hero, that is the Maharaja of Pradibandhapuram. So, here we will come across some narration about the story which Kalki is narrating. So, this lesson is similar to a lesson what we have learned in 11th standard, that is Ranga's marriage, where we could able to find so much of narration in between which is not at all related to that concept. So here what is important, okay, that's what I am going to discuss. When you take this Maharaja, that is Maharaja of Pradibandhapuram, he is called as a tiger king. So why he happened to be called as a tiger king, okay, that's what we will come across in this lesson. So here, when you read the story, what the narrator is telling us, naturally you will have the intention of going and meeting the king. Okay, for such people, what he is telling us, the king is no more, the tiger king is dead. Okay, if you have the intention of going and meeting him, okay, naturally that's not possible because he is no more. So what is important about this Maharaja is the manner of his death. Okay, that is what is an extraordinary interest which will create among us. So here, when you take this Maharaja, he was born. Okay, and here when he was born, the astrologers were called to predict about this tiger king's future. Okay, what they said is, what they foretold is, they said that this king will become warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, and champion of champions. But they have one information which they couldn't able to tell. Naturally, such people will have hesitation in telling about the king of anything or negative aspect because they will be punished for that. So that's why what they could able to predict, okay, that they couldn't able to disclose it clearly in front of everyone. So when they were talking about like that, okay, that is but something which is given over here which we can't tell. Okay, when they hesitated, naturally the 10-day-old Maharaja started to talk. Okay, so here he asked like, "Oh wise prophet." Okay, naturally they were looking around. Okay, who is the one who is calling them as wise, and they want to know. So here, when they came to know that it is the 10-day-old child spoke. Okay, so naturally they were astonished, they were shocked to see that he is talking, that is the Maharaja is talking. And here what the child asked is, okay, you are telling that I am going to die. Okay, what is something new in that? Okay, whomever is born in this world is naturally going to die one day. Okay, do I need an astrologer to predict this? Okay, that's how the king asked, the boy king asked. Okay, what they said is, actually this king was born in the hour of bull. Okay, the prince was born in the hour of bull. Bull and tiger are enemies, and therefore the death for this king will come from a tiger. Okay, that's how they said. But what this little prince said is, let tigers beware. Okay, beware is be careful. So what here the prince said is, he is not afraid of hearing the word tiger. Instead of that, he said like, let the tigers be careful. So that's what the only thing what we call as a miracle which happened when he was a 10-day-old child. And apart from that, nothing else we can mention about in his life. And he was brought up like other Indian kings, getting some influence of English. So that is what is given here as the boy drank the milk of an English cow, and then he was brought up by an English nanny, and then tutored in English by an Englishman. So like that we could able to find that the influence of English is over him. And when this prince reached the age of 20, Okay, till that the rule of that particular state was under the court of yards. Court of yards in the sense until the prince reaches a certain age. Okay, a few representatives has been appointed, so they will be taking care of the state until the boy gets the certain age, so that he can take care of the kingdom. So that's how till he reached the age of 20, his state was under the court of yards. And here the story, that is the astrologers who foretold about his death. Okay, that naturally he didn't remember, because it was predicted when he was a 10-day-old child, and it was like a rumor which started to spread, and naturally it came to Maharaja's ears. And what he thought is the cow, which is considered as sacred, okay, that can be killed if we want to save ourselves. Okay, understand this. That's what is given here as self defense. You may kill even a cow in self defense. That is, if at all you are going to be killed by a cow, which is considered to be sacred, to save your life you can kill it. So if this rule is applicable, why can't we kill tiger? As I am going to be killed by a tiger, why can't I go for killing the tigers? He naturally thought. So by the time, what he did is he went and killed one tiger, and then he brought the tiger to the palace, and he called the astrologer there. And what he said is, see, you told me that I am going to be killed by a tiger. You see this dead beast. I happened to kill a tiger. Like that he said. But what the astrologer said is, Your Majesty, you can kill 99 tigers like this without any problem. So you have to be careful with the 100th tiger, he said. So what will happen if I could able to kill the 100th tiger? The Maharaja asked. So here the astrologer, it is like testing the prediction of astrologer. So what he did is, he started to talk something illogically to prove Maharaja that what he has predicted is right. He said, like, I will tear up all my books on astrology, and then I will cut off my hair, and then I'll crop it short, and I'll become an insurance agent. Like that he started to say, because he want to prove to the king that his prediction is right. And he said that if he could able to kill the 100th tiger, naturally I'll leave this job. Okay, that's how he said. And from then on, a proclamation, what is the meaning of proclamation? Is by law. A law has been passed in the state telling that nobody can throw a stone at a tiger. Okay, if at all you happen to do that, naturally all your property and wealth, everything will be seized. Okay, confiscated. The meaning of confiscated is seized. Everything will be seized. That is what is said. And here what the Maharaja decided to do is, let me go and finish this work, that is killing 100 tigers, and after that let me come back for doing other things in my state, he thought. Okay, here he started for the tiger hunt, and naturally we cannot say that he could able to win all the time. That is in the sense, like, naturally he missed the tigers, and he could able to fight with the tigers with the bare hands. And naturally all the time, okay, whenever he could able to go for tiger hunt, it was the Maharaja who won. Okay, that's how he killed 199 tigers. So here what happened is, one time it so happened that a high ranking British officer visited Pradibandhapuram. So what he asked Maharaja is, I want to go for tiger hunt. As we know very well about this tiger king, that is, who never allows anybody to kill tiger. Naturally he said, like, I can organize you some other hunt if you want. I cannot allow you for tiger hunt. If you would like to go for mouse hunt or boar hunt or mosquito hunt, okay, I can offer it, but this tiger hunt is not at all possible, he said. And at last, what this Durai, that is the British officer, is represented here as Durai. What the Durai did is, he sent through Diwan. Diwan is a tax collector. So here he asked Diwan to get permission from the king that naturally I no need to kill any tiger. Let me stand on the dead body of the tiger, that is the tiger's carcass, and let me take a photo. Okay, that's what he requested. Even for that, this tiger king, the Maharaja, doesn't allow. So naturally, this Durai has become angry over our Maharaja. To convince that Durai, what our Maharaja did is he sent a telegram to British Company of Jewelers in Calcutta. So what he asked them to do is he asked them to send some expensive diamond rings, okay, which is of different designs. Somewhat around 50 rings came. He sent all those 50 rings to Durai Sane. Durai Sane is the wife of Durai, so that she will convince Durai so that he will not take any action over Maharaja. So what the Maharaja did is he sent all 50 rings what he received from Calcutta to Durai Sane. What he expected is this Durai Sane will select one or two from that. Okay, but out of that is lovingness over the rings what she received, what she replied is, thank you very much for your gifts. So naturally she took away all the 50 rings. But when here the Maharaja received a bill of 3 lakh rupees for that 50 rings, he was happy because he lost only money. He haven't lost his kingdom yet. So he was happy for that. Just he has lost only 3 lakhs rupees, and by losing 3 lakh rupees, it was possible for him to retain his kingdom. So now in 10 years, okay, in 10 years it was possible for him to kill 70 tigers. So he killed 70 tigers, and what happened is he couldn't able to find tigers in his state at all. So that's why he called Diwan Sahib. Okay, he called for Diwan. Diwan came. To Diwan he was asking like, do you remember that I have 30 more tigers to be killed? Okay, so when even he was asking about it, he was polishing the gun. So naturally what happened is this Diwan, okay, was shocked to see the gun which has been polished by the Maharaja. So he said like, your majesty, why are you polishing your gun on looking at me? I am not a tiger, he said. So here the Maharaja replied that, who will call you as a tiger, you idiot? Okay, he said like that. And at last he said that I decided to marry. Okay, here Diwan decided that in a way like he is ready to marry somebody else. Like so he said like, I have 2 wives already, sorry Maharaja, I can't marry you, he said. So later what during the conversation what we could able to get is Maharaja was telling that what I want is a tiger, he said. So for that this Diwan replied that one tiger king is enough for us for the state. We don't want a tiger queen as well, he said. So Maharaja started to laugh. Later on he declared that what I want you to do is go and investigate, is there any girl to whom I can be married to, and what you have to first find out is find out whether that particular state has enough tiger population, large tiger population, and then look for a girl in that state, and then I can be married to that girl, he said. And the Diwan followed his orders, and he could able to find a girl in whose state there was large number of tigers. And Maharaja, whenever he went to his father-in-law's state, he killed 5 or 6 tigers, and in this way naturally he could able to complete the target of around 99 tigers. So when it was the last one to be filled, okay, to reach the 100th one, his curiosity increased. He was looking for the tiger, and now by this time what happened is he couldn't able to find the tigers in his state as well as in his father-in-law's kingdom also. So he couldn't able to spot one tiger to be killed to finish that 100th one. And by the time he got a news like from the nearby village, the sheep started to disappear. Okay, they thought that might be it is because of a tiger's presence. So the Maharaja received this news. If I happen to find a tiger in this village, that particular village will be exempted from paying tax for 3 years. He announced that, and he went for the tiger hunt. Naturally, he couldn't able to find the tiger at all. And one day what happened is he called Diwan and he ordered Diwan to double up the tax, double up the land tax, as he couldn't able to find tigers there. And what Diwan was telling us, no Maharaja, it was not possible, it is not possible. Because naturally we have to lose our kingdom, and this state will go into the hands of National Congress, Indian National Congress, he said. So, but already we found the Maharaja is so anxious to find the 100th tiger. As he couldn't able to find that 100th one, he seems to be so angry. And now when Diwan said like this, it is not possible to develop the tax, he asked him to resign the post. He decided to save his job, and that's why what he did is he went to a people's park in Madras and he got a old tiger from there. He has hidden it inside his house, and he took it in the car and he dropped it in a place where the Maharaja is hunting. So now naturally this tiger came in front of Maharaja and he killed the beast. Okay, and the old tiger has fallen down and dead. And what he thought is he has killed the 100th one, his mission is over. So he ordered the hunters to bring it in a grand procession, in a grand manner, let that be brought there to the kingdom, okay, to the palace. That's how he said, and Maharaja went away in his car. When the hunters went near the tiger to pick it up and to be carried to the palace, they noticed that the tiger is getting up. Okay, it is rolling his eyes. When they could able to inform Maharaja that he has missed his target, these hunters had fear that they will be losing their jobs if they could able to inform this to the Maharaja. So that's why what they did is they killed the 100th tiger. So the 100th tiger is not killed by the Maharaja, it is killed by one of the hunters, as they had fear to inform this to the Maharaja. Now when this dead tiger was brought to the palace, a tomb was erected over it, representing it as the 100th one. In few days, what happened is Maharaja's son's third birthday they are going to celebrate. When you take Maharaja, so far he has been concentrating only on tiger hunt and he couldn't able to spend much time with the family. Now he wanted to give something specially for his child, for his son. So that's why he went in search of good gifts in all the shops in Pratibandhapuram, and at last in one shop he found a good gift, a perfect one, which seems to be that is a wooden tiger which is in a toy shop. And here actually the cost of that wooden tiger is only 2¼ annas. But what the shopkeeper thought is, if I could able to quote a very little amount for Maharaja, he will punish me on under rules of emergency. So he thought, like he said that I could able to offer this toy to you of 300 rupees, he said. But Maharaja is not ready to pay for that. He said at last that let this be your gift for my son. He said like that, and he took away the wooden tiger. So actually when you take this tiger toy, it is meant by an unskilled carpenter. It is made by an unskilled carpenter, and it was having tiny slivers in the sense it is having some sharp edges. Naturally the wooden furnitures need to be polished well, that is they'll be using their instruments to smoothen the surface. But when you take this toy, it was not smoothened like that, so it was having sharp edges. That's what is given here as slivers of wood. And when he was playing with his child, it got stuck into his hands. Okay, it pierces, it made a wound in the hand. As he was playing with his child, he showed indifference to it. He just pulled it out and then he started to play. In 4 days, we could able to find that his hand has swollen well, and the wound seems to have widened enough and it seems to be like his whole arm was not good enough. Okay, then three surgeons, famous surgeons, were called from Madras to do the operation, and at last the operation has been done by them. And when these surgeons came out of the theater, they informed that, they announced that the operation was successful, but the Maharaja seems to dead. Okay, towards the conclusion we could able to find that at last this wooden tiger has taken revenge over the king. Okay, so here it termed to be the 100th tiger, as the 100th tiger haven't been killed by Maharaja. According to the astrologer's prediction, this wooden tiger, which is not at all having life, seems to killed the king. Okay, because of the fur or the pus which oozes out because of the wound which is made by it. So here, when you take this lesson, we can conclude it in this way, like, as Maharaja hunted the living creatures, that is the tigers, they doesn't do anything harm to others, just to save his life, to prove that astrologer's prediction is wrong. Okay, he happened to kill these many tigers. So naturally, the wooden tiger, which is not at all having life, seems to have taken revenge over the king for killing these 99 tigers or the 100 tigers which haven't made any harm to others. Okay, this is what the lesson is about. I hope this is helpful for you. Thank you.